Tyler Perry wound up in the core of outrage, which appears to be entirely unrealistic for somebody with his probably faultless standing in the business. Anyway, Perry's colleagues have evidently caught wind of his preposterous requests on the set and are en route to uncover a greater amount of his bad behavior. And who better to uncover the contemptible bits of insight about this man's personality than Monique, who has been hanging tight for her opportunity to uncover more about Tyler's violations. Welcome to our station. Celeb Zone Hollywood gives off an impression of being amidst one more show as Tyler Perry ended up at the focal point of a huge response originating from Monique. They have a well-established quarrel, and apparently there is no possibility of them getting along. After the entertainer latest remarks, Monique wants to defy specific, compelling figures in the business. Said she has something she wants to get off her chest you don't have to reconsider. To sort out, the name came up in the center of the entertainer's ardent discourse during a Mother's Day parody, Unique at the Apollo in Harlem, when she and the comic discussed being repudiated by Hollywood. And named names. Monique had been smothering her color for Tyler Perry for quite a long time, all things considered, on the off chance that you don't have the foggiest idea about current realities of their question. Monique was fundamentally requesting that Tyler play out some magnanimous action while condemning a few conspicuous public people, Tyler included, and apparently her wrath towards the persuasive individuals from media outlets has arrived at its top. Thus, she has chosen to uncover all of the rottenness that happens in the background. She started by blaming Perry for taking advantage of entertainers and constraining them to act in jobs they feel really awkward doing, despite the fact that it isn't really normal for youthful entertainers to support themselves. Monique is coming to their guide since she figures Hollywood need to stop being a particularly harmful climate. You are surely acquainted with the story of voice mentor, a hopeful entertainer, Brandon J., who was quick to blame Tyler Perry for constraining him into assuming a part for which he had not been trying out. It had been youthful Jay's desire to work with such a notable individual as Tyler, and his objection was quick to approach. He was seriously shaken by reality, which even left a scar on his soul subsequently. He chose to utilize what is going on to additionally enlighten Tyler's shadowy side. Folks, Jay was dealing with one episode of Tyler Perry's Meet the Tans. In the event that this was just a one-time event, what else is the entertainer, Tyler Perry, stowing away from people in general? While Jay recollected that he was fine with a tight timetable, it appears to be that the whole acting experience was everything except blissfuls. Much seriously humiliating that the whole presentation group appeared to be content with Perry's unusual, somewhat late changes. Jay asserts that Tyler's demeanor and absence of regard for the beginning entertainers made him be shot. They were basically compelled to retain new lines while recording, destroying numerous days of their lives. As Jay expressed, he wasn't ready for such an occasion, and he undoubtedly wasn't ready for that degree of tension anyway. What totally flabbergasted Jay was that Perry wasn't in any event tolerating no as of choice, and his creation team was ready to substitute Jay with one more individual, assuming vital Tyler Perry's capacity to go about like individual sentiments are irrelevant to him, and that he sees everything as dispensable, makes it challenging to believe that he might at any point do something like this. Jay uncovered that he had gone through days endeavoring to get into the outlook of his personality, and remembering the first screenplay, he faults Perry for making these latest possible moment modifications, and in any event, bringing new completely unnecessary side characters into the plot on the grounds that the unexpected change basically demolished a few days of his work. Yet in an alarming development, many individuals leaped to kid security, basically overlooking the troublesome experience Jay had on the set. Don't get me wrong, the man is prestigious for making amazing signals. I truly value his generosity. Yet not like he's a holy messenger came to earth to favor all of us, and Jay's story possibly featured Perry's brutality anyway. On the off chance that you read the press, you could never think about how dull Perry's spirit truly is given his extraordinary signals, like the news that Perry, who is third on Forbes' rundown of the most generously compensated performers on the planet, promised to cover the back local charges for 300 seniors from low-pay families in Atlanta. Offering assistance, the aim was to utilize that to pay for school and city charges. Tyler is viewed as perhaps of the most giving individual on the planet, and he asserts that his objective in life is to help everybody in need since he was given a influential place, and as he would like to think has consistently utilized it appropriately. Perry noted in his comments, in the wake of getting the Quality Hearst Gold Compassionate Honor at the Oscars in 2021. And here's one more open proof of his perfect standing, as per the people who had worked with him, which is somewhat the direct opposite of his certifiable character, Monique. Likewise asserts that there have been greater models in the past that general society isn't yet mindful of well as of now. In spite of being revered by the countries, even Tyler's all's great deeds can't prevent individuals from coming for him. After Jay released those recordings and Monique showed up to help him, he got some response as one fans kept in touch with one of the saddest results of being an admirer of cash is to acquire the entire world and lose your spirit, and someone else added entertainers take jobs they are okay with, so flipping the meaning of the person way after he has endorsed onto the undertaking hill has a major right to exit. A few entertainers, particularly guys, would rather not be related with playing gay characters. You might think individuals that this was just a single occurrence, and the youthful entertainer had the guts to uncover the strong in the business. Yet actually reports about Tyler Perry not being the most lovely individual to work with were getting out and about via web-based entertainment, as per Monique, who had proactively encountered Perry's cruel therapy. The man has a twofold norm, and he essentially deals with entertainers like rubbish by coming up short on them, keeping them on a tight timetable, and startling them consequently. Monique is worn out on Tyler's misrepresentation, and apparently the Jay episode at last made her stand in opposition to how he truly treats individuals. She had recently stood up against how the notable humanitarian abused her, and she guarantees that Tyler Perry just does this to hide reality with regards to his real essence by giving cash to good cause and making liberal gifts. Tyler hasn't been referenced by Monique in some time, yet her latest location gave the public more data concerning his unfortunate behavior from the Apollo Theater stage. The Oscar-winning entertainer depicted her own horrendous involvement in Tyler, while let the crowd know how detestable he is, and the way that he considers all that to be a method for setting cash that Perry habitually shows up to give defense to his crazy way of behaving anyway. Monique feels that Tyler Perry can't threaten or calm her since she is equipped for defending herself. By what other method would you represent Tyler Perry's flawless standing, notwithstanding various combative claims? Clearly, these hushing strategies likewise work on others. Perry made along these lines pressure youthful entertainers into playing out anything he wants. And to that end, Monique helped general society to remember what a person Perry is by featuring his unreasonable requests, while others think Monique is basically annoyed with Tyler due to their caustic fight. Apparently, Perry wasn't generally so chivalrous of the entertainers, as he endeavors to show up openly, and his distraction with making them play non-straight characters went excessively far. Then, as one individual remarked, I thought it was self-evident, and everybody realized he used to recount the tale of being saved by a man. When he was more youthful during that time, the individual transformed from a man to a lady, and another client added emotional. His mystery has been telling on itself for quite a long time. Now his G storylines are really steady, and he's the main essayist cruising for a bruiser since Monique has uncovered more data about Perry's shadow side. It ought to shock no one that numerous people might have recently had pessimistic viewpoints of him, and his imposing realm of terrorizing may disintegrate. What is your take on Tyler Perry's capacity to force entertainers into moving to his burial chamber? And do you think he is truly concealing his veritable expectations? underneath the veneer of a sort individual, offer your contemplations in the remarks beneath. Remember to like and share likewise. Buy in our feed for additional recordings. Gratitude for watching our video.